Hey, hello there again. It's the guy who likes to say stuff. This is my top 100 favorite video or movies part 2. The last time was 100 through 76. This is 75 through 51. Last time I was talking about my opinion as of December 2017. And in the description below, I made a list of my top 100 videos, 100 through 76 of October. I'm going to do the same thing here, except through 75 through 51 from my opinion in December. And then in the description, I'll do October 2017 opinion. So it's going to be a different list in the video. What I'm saying is what's in the description. That's going to be a different opinion. Alright, so we'll get right into it. We left off 76, Finding Nemo. We come into number 75, Inside Out. Another Pixar movie, a great movie. Pixar was kind of not as popular in the early 2010s, and then this is 2015. They stepped up their game a little bit with Inside Out. Very creative. One of Pixar's more creative movies. I mean, we always think about what's going on in people's heads, so I guess the general concept isn't very creative, but the way they did it and the things they brought about it were very creative, very fun world. And the character Riley is a person that anybody can imagine themselves. She's kind of Riley herself maybe doesn't seem like a super interesting character, but anybody can relate to her, even if you're not an 11-year-old girl. Before I go on, there's going to be spoilers there might be spoilers to movies that I mentioned, and some of these are going to be more recent, so if you haven't seen them, be warned. Okay, moving on, number 74, The Sword and the Stone. It's an old classic Disney movie. I watched it when I was a kid. I love the magic, the wizarding duel between Merlin and Madame Mim, and they changed all the different animals, and she cheats and things, and we teach Arthur how to be a person and thing. So it's a fun story, and it's got magic, so it's fun that way. Number 73, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Everyone was super excited with this, what's it gonna be like, and I was impressed. I was really impressed. It was a lot like A New Hope. It was a little bit too much on track. It was a lot like New Hope. It's just I felt you could get away from that a little bit. They did mention Vader a little bit, which I was expecting. I mean, it was in the trailers. But I was kind of hoping to get kind of the story line there, getting a little bit further away from Vader was kind of my hope. And I mean, I thought we had a decent balance of references to Vader, and because the prequels were all about Vader. Right, Darth Vader and Anakin to Vader, and then Luke, and his being spoiler, his kid Luke, and his conflict with that, as having Darth Vader as your father, and yeah, so it was kind of interesting to see what would happen beyond that, and I liked Han Solo again. I like the new characters, so it's a good combination of new, old. Jakku, very similar to Tatooine, but a new planet. We had some other new planets. We had a Yoda-like character, Maz Kanata. Wasn't Yoda himself, but she was Yoda-esque. And then that cool watery and foresty planet. What was it? Takodana. That was a cool planet. So it was a cool adventure. Cool new things mixed with old things like Rey and Finn, new. Han Solo, Princess Leia, old. They worked well together. Number 72. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I always liked Harry Potter, and this one just seemed, addition to the world was, cool, because we hadn't really seen, Harry Potter in theaters in, a while, and so this was cool to get back into that world. It was obviously set long before that story was set, so it's leading up to backstory. This year they're gonna have another Fantastic Beasts, or Crimes of Grindelwald or something. Anyway, it's gonna be cool, and I don't know, it was very colorful. I love magical creatures. Fantastic Beasts are pretty cool, so it was fun to explore that. Although it was a little bit creepy in the end. I don't know. It was kind of weird in the end, but other than that, it's good. Number 71, Mulan. Classic Disney. Great song. Let's get down to business, to defeat the Huns. I mean, come on. Come on. Great song. Great female character. Disney went out of their way to make her a princess, because she didn't princess before, a Disney princess had to have royalty of some sort, but then they're active heroism, that could be a princessy thing, and so Mulan's a princess now, yay! So all the Disney princess fans can be satisfied. And great Mushu, great side character, or sidekick, not side character. It's not that. Huns, definitely an ominous villain. And people, so cool scenes. That avalanche scene, it's the best. Then we got number 70, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Like I said, Harry Potter fan. Not super deep Harry Potter fan, but deep enough that I made a video about it. You can check that out. My Harry Potter ranking video. You should go check that out. That would be super cool. I ranked all the Harry Potter books and movies. If you know where I ranked that one, you know what's coming. Sorcerer's Stone, just a good introduction to the magical world. Fun to see little kids start off for their first time, early acting. I mean, it's always kind of fun. Whether or not their acting is good or bad is arguable, but it's fun to see them give it their best. Number 69, The Hobbit: The Unexpected Journey. I love Lord of the Rings. I had to see a live-action Hobbit, and this was pretty good. I gotta say, it's not Lord of the Rings, realm, for, standard, it's not in the same category, it's not as great as Lord of the Rings, is what I'm trying to say. But, for what we got, it was pretty good. Fun jokes, good action sequences, and, it's a good story. It's a classic story, and this part was where I ranked this one. Number 68, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I mean, Sean Connery is Harrison Ford's dad. Sean Connery is Harrison Ford's dad, essentially. Indiana Jones' dad. Can't remember his name. He's acted by Sean Connery. I mean, that's two heroes in one, and then they gotta drive around in a motorcycle sidecar together. It's Indiana Jones, and it's great. There's traps, there's bad guys, There's people who have corny death scenes. It's Indiana Jones at pretty much at his finest. Number 76. Ooh. This is going to be very controversial. Particularly later when I get later on the list. Particularly when you see my other list. Where this is higher. A lot of people are not going to be happy about this. But honestly, don't really care that much. Like, I get where you're coming from. But for me, number 67. Did I say 76 earlier? I think I did. 67, Jurassic Park 3. I like Jurassic Park 3. I don't understand why people don't like it. I mean, it's cheesy. Yeah, I get it. There's cheesy screams, but all the Jurassic Park movies have cheesy screams, and they're annoying in all of them. It's part of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park has cheesy screams. It's part of the deal. The fact that this one has cheesy screams shouldn't be like a surprise. Like, that shouldn't be like a big deal. There's people who get chased by dinosaurs on an island. Like, I don't know. It's like a science-y kind of guy. I kind of see, like, I get where people come from. It's not like the original. It doesn't, maybe not as good as character development. But I thought the characters were perfectly fine. I didn't really have issues with them. You could say that some of them, like, the acting wasn't great, but, like, it's whatever. It's fine. I don't have a problem with, big problem with the acting in this movie. People get chased on the island with dinosaurs. Like, they're cool. And I think Spinosaurus is cool. I think T-Rex is cooler, but I still think Spinosaurus is cool, and he's got cool features and things. T-Rex is, like I said, he's cool without the features, but T-Rex, the Spinosaurus has features, and like, there's nothing wrong with that. He's got cool sail, a long snout. Spinosaurus is badass, and I think he's cool, and I don't have a problem with the fact that he beat the T-Rex. Like, zero. In fact, when I first saw that, I was like, that is like, it just hit me. Like, I have no recollection in my mind of having seen The Lost World in between Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3. And it had been quite a gap between me seeing Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3. And at the time, I didn't really like Jurassic Park. And then I first saw Jurassic Park 3. It was in Switzerland, so it was in Swiss. It was in German, I think, or Swiss German, not sure. So, like, I didn't understand all of it, but then I saw it again in English some time later. And so it was the first time I'd ever seen or heard about a carnivorous dinosaur, or any theropod, which is the carnivorous dinosaurs. Most of the bipedal dinosaurs are theropods. And the first time I ever heard of a dinosaur bigger than T-Rex that was a theropod. So, mind blown, and it was cool to me. And if you guys have an issue to that I'm gonna go with your issue, not my issue, because it's my opinion, and I think it was cool. If you don't think it was cool, whatever, I still think it's cool. Anyway, moving on. Number 66, The Wind in the Willows. You may have never heard of this ever before, and you might look it up, and you might not. But anyway, if you care, which I think you should, it's a fun little tale about, like, animals who hang out by this river. There's, like, Mole and Ratty, and it's like a little kid's. It was based off of, like, a little kid's book, and it's kind of a children's movie, but it's a very charming and sweet. And there's Mole and Ratty and Badger. And there's the river, the wild wood, and the wide world. Those are the settings of the wind and the willows. But little animals who hang out and they take boating trips and eat picnics and live a happy life. And then there's Mr. Toad, who's a crazy, wily toad who drives around motor cars. For his set in like sometime in like the 1800s or something. So if you want to check that out, go check that out. The Wind in the Willows. Number 65, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's really, really funny and fairly quotable. I hadn't seen it when I made my list in October, I don't think. I don't recall doing that. Anyway. Number 64. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Again, fun adventure. I say that a lot. I like adventure stories. Anyway, Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. He's a great actor. At least for he's a great actor for this role. Crack the whip. Great introduction. I love the Paramount thing where the mountain goes into something in the first scene, like a mountain in the movie. Good plot. I've always freaked out about the melting Nazis at the end. Unpleasant imagery. Always freaks me out. I cover my eyes and I cover my ears in that scene because when I was a little kid I watched that and it still freaks me out to this day. And I don't watch that bit, but the rest is good. The boulder, classic. And he's a great character. Indiana Jones is he's an archaeologist. That's a good thing. He's kind of gruff, but he's good, quick with the joke. Good guy. All right. No, good. 63. Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Oh man, everybody likes Wallace and Gromit, right? When I first saw this, it was kind of scared a little bit, but I got over that pretty quick. The Were-Rabbit is funny and cool. I like that scene with the Gromit and the other dog on the airplanes, and then the airplanes run the coin airplane, like a little toy gets going, and then it stops, and they have to look through the purse. Gromit doesn't have anything. The dog and the other one, he's got his flower purse. He's got the coins. I love that. Funny and touching. Oh, if you haven't seen it, oh my goodness. The scene, spoilers again, when when Wallace saves Gromit, catching him. Aw, such a sweet moment. Gromit is so much more useful. He's he's a smart, not that Wallace isn't smart and making his inventions, but he's kind of Wallace is kind of oblivious, pretty useless, but he has a few good moments where he shines through. Okay, 62. Live and Let Die. Alright, it's one of my favorite Bond movies. I like James Bond. I don't really like Roger Moore, but I like James Bond. And I like crocodiles, and the bad guy in Live and Let Die is good. I mean, this is just it's a classic. Live and Let Die. It's a good title, good song. I don't know. It speaks to me. I like that they go to the tropical places in this one. I like the boat scenes. I like the sheriff or the cowboy sheriff with his lips. Oh yeah, golly. Oh, it's a good Bond movie. A lot of people don't like this Bond movie for some reason. I don't know. It sticks out to me as one of the better ones. I like it. Anyway, number 61, Back to the Future. Now I put all 3 parts in here specifically because it says Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 in each title. So I kind of categorized it as one movie broken into 3 parts. I mean, that sounds like to me. I consider Part 2 the best, then Part 1, then Part 3. All good, but Part 3 is, well, I mean, it's a little bit cheesy. I mean, Part 1, though very, very good, it just, no, it lacks kind of the fun of 2, like the time travel fun of 2. Number 60, The Lost World Jurassic Park. Oh yeah, some people don't like this Jurassic Park sequel so much. Don't really get it. Dinosaurs chase people on islands. People get pissed about or like have weird issues with the San Diego scene. Well, for me, my favorite TV series, which I'll probably talk about in a different episode, involves dinosaurs in modern day trashing things up. So, it works with me. So, yup. And Jeff Goldblum. He's the man. Yeah, and the hanging off the cliff scene, so suspenseful. And it's shot in the dark, a lot of it. And makes it like more scary. There's some great death scenes in that one. It's a lot of fun. 59, The Shawshank Redemption. Different kind of category of movies. More dramatic. Prison escape movie. It's got Morgan Freeman. Good actor. Yeah, it just has a really interesting set of characters and good cinematography, use of lighting, shadows on people who are more depressed, and light on people who have hope that they're going to get out of the prison. And it just shows you what it's like to be in prison, how brutal it is. And you feel so bad for the main character, who, if you didn't know, like, spoiler, he's innocent. And like, you're just like, oh god, poor guy. Oh, it's messed up. Anyway, 58, 7 Years in Tibet. You gotta see 7 Years in Tibet. Holy cow. Okay, so it's like set in like one of the world wars. I want to say World War II. I really want to say World War II. But maybe World War One. Anyway, it stars Brad Pitt as this guy Heinrich, an Austrian. And he goes climbing up in the mountains, this group. And then he gets captured, goes by some people, goes to jail, breaks free. And end up with this guy named Peter, acted by David Thewlis, who I think is great, by the way. And they go off to Tibet, and Heinrich teaches the Amidala. It's the same, I believe it's the same Amidala we still have today in Tibet. So it's about him teaching him the ways of the world and the world outside of Tibet and all that. What the world is like in other countries and other places and all that. It's a really interesting, very fascinating movie. Super cool. Did I say Amidala? Is that the right word? I think so. If I got it wrong, let me know. Number 57. Wall-E. Another Pixar. I like Pixar, and as you might know, I made a ranking list, so I'm just comparing like my favorite Pixar movies to like other movies that I like, and then just kind of sliding them in where I think they belong. And yeah, I really enjoy Wall-E. Great message, obviously. Kind of beats you over the head of it, but whatever. I like all kind of parts to Wall-E. The quieter parts at the beginning, and then his journey into space. And oh man, I like that captain. That captain is a smart guy. And then there's like a couple who meets up on the Axiom. I can't remember the lady's name. She's like, John, get ready to have some kids, and he swoops in that gets the babies. That's a great scene. I mean, the fat people. I mean, it's fat people. It's funny. And like, maybe slightly offensive, but funny. Oh, and yeah. Oh no. He's great. Eve, yeah, she's a good character. Wall-E, they make it all great. They're good match. It was a little bit awkward, I thought, but good. I would say the love. I wouldn't call it out that like just a love story. I mean, it's about that story, but it's also I care larger story and is taking Earth, sustainability. Sustainability, robot, and so you got the bot, you find it to the plants, so, and then he takes it in humans, the things all connected. Nice, and so everyone kind of connected. It's a neat story. The King 56 Disney Lion movie, probably the one of his best his artists best owner on S, which is VHS. What is thing actually as a rare blank I think moves it's not thing is one easy thing Disney Vault access and have Ian VHS to access actually pretty swinging on although this is fortunately special so me it's not as big of a Lion King because I was never people I like fan obviously mother it's a good movie I mean and there's like parts of it boring. I just find parts of it kind of Pumbaa funny. Sleep Hakuna Matata great. Very Matata. Mufasa's death though sad and it's very thematic, sad. It's well done, very dramatic, and on Be Prepared is a great villain song. One of the few Disney villains great songs out there. I feel like there's a lot of songs that aren't actually that many. I feel like he's got a good one. So he's see what's your name one. Ursula from the main song. Got a villain song. It's a few murders. She's got anyway. Number 55. Wait, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I love Harry Potter. The Harry Potter. And I like the Order of the Phoenix, and I have another video about that. I talk more about it. Yeah, magic again. I like the story of this one. Umbridge is so awful. Such an awful person. There's great character Luna Lovegood, Creature, Harry makes it with Cho. They get together for a little while, and yeah, good things, and then we get the battle in the end. Poor Sirius. My goodness. 54. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. If you saw my ranking video of Harry Potter, you know that, like, I'm not gonna, like, switch the rankings around in my overall movie rankings, from my just Harry Potter ranking. So you know where this lies, and you know what's to come, and you know what to expect from Harry Potter things in the future list. For those who haven't seen that list, my Harry Potter ranking video, I'm not gonna talk too much, but I love this one. Love the werewolf. Hermione is great in this one. I like the time travel scene. It was a controversial scene, but I like it. I enjoy it. Yeah. The books tell you more, or like how Pottermore can tell you more as to why the time turner isn't used in later situations where it might have been useful, but I'm not getting into that. It's another great Harry Potter. Let's put it that way. Number 53, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Another Bond movie. This one starring George Lazenby, the only one that he did. He was an alright Bond. Yeah. He was good. This one spent a lot of time in Switzerland, which is where my family's from. Schilthorn, which I've been on the Schilthorn, actually. They have a couple ski chases that I enjoy. And then it has a very sad ending, which I don't want to spoil. And yeah, you gotta see On Majesty's Secret Service. I mean, you just gotta. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. 52, Goldfinger. Arguably the best Bond. Best Bond actor, Sean Connery, I'd say. With arguably the best Bond song, Goldfinger, with arguably the best singing person who sings Bond songs. Shirley Bassey, I believe she did Diamonds Are Forever as well, and Moonraker, so she's done one. She might be one of the only ones, if not the only one, who's done more than one. I'd have to look closer than that. Anyway, she did a good job singing. Goldfinger, he's a classic Bond villain. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die! I mean, come on. It's the classic. Odd Job with his hat. We got Babes, Pussy Galore. Must be dreaming. I mean, it's Bond classic. I don't want to spoil it for you. Gotta go see it. Number 51, last one of today. Midnight in Paris. Owen Wilson, time traveling in Paris. Looking at authors like F. Scott Fitzgerald. He meets up with T.S. Eliot at one point. And, what's his name? Like, Ernest Hemingway? Or is it Ernest Hemingway? Am I remembering that correctly? Ooh, he meets up with Picasso as well. It's fun. It's fun. It's such a nice time travel story. I've been to the place where Owen Wilson sits, or he plays this. I can't remember his character's name. It's like Chris or something. I don't remember. Anyway, where he sits and the steps and the light post where the coach or the car comes at midnight to do his time traveling. And I've sat in those very steps. It's the same on the same occasion to which I accidentally found the one of the places where they shot Amelie, which is another movie on the list. It was like 94 or something. I don't remember. It was if you watch my last video, it's on that list. Anyway, yeah, I was very determined to find it, and I found it. It was nice-ish. I mean, the steps were a little bit more cleaned up than some of the other steps. But I got to sit on the steps, so that was cool. Yeah, it's a good insight to writers, which is a thing I like to do. I like to write. I'm working on a book, actually. Yeah, so to me it was just like a great insight to writing and to Paris in the 1920s, and he sees 1920s as like the golden age of Paris, and then he ends up time traveling further back in time, and the people in the 20s they go to like the 70s or something? I don't remember. Late, I believe it's late 1800s, and that's what they find to be the golden age of Paris, and so that's interesting little aspect how that is. So that's what my thoughts were there. Midnight in Paris, number 51. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully not too much longer. I'll be doing my next video. 50 through, what would that be, 26. So I'll put the October version of this list in the description below. And remember, this is the December version, so the updated, and I'll put the original in the list, like in the description, like I said. And hope you see my previous list and my Harry Potter one, and come back for the next time. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Again, Jurassic Park III. It's my opinion. Don't criticize me, man. I know it's an unpopular opinion to like Jurassic Park 3. I know. I've seen lots of YouTube videos and other people's thoughts on Jurassic Park 3. I know it's unpopular to like it. And I know I'm the odd one out here. You can tell me what you think of that, but like, please don't punish me for liking Jurassic Park 3. Please. I mean, if you are, I'm just probably not going to read your comment that far, right? Alright, but please do leave a comment, and thank you.